Welcome to Daily Buzz News. Our lead story for today. A Hawks sergeant breaks down in court over a 100,000 Rand bribe, while President Cyril Ramaphosa's nephew, Hangwani Morgan Mula, continues to evade deep investigation into the multi-billion Rand Tembisa Hospital scandal. What does it take to become untouchable in South Africa? For many citizens, the answer seems painfully simple. Connections at the very top. Today, the focus returns to Tembisa Hospital, a name now synonymous with large-scale corruption, siphoned public money, and unanswered questions. And at the center of this story stands Hangwani Morgan Mula, nephew of President Cyril Ramaphosa, a man linked to a network of shell companies suspected of draining over 2 billion Rand from a public hospital already struggling to serve the ordinary South African. Yet, while allegations against Mula continue to mount, it is a Hawks sergeant, not the politically connected businessman, who finds himself shattered, crying in the dock, facing immediate consequences for a much smaller 100,000 Rand bribe. In the bustling city of Pretoria, a dramatic and emotional scene unfolded inside the Magistrates court. Sergeant Pieter Pieterse, a 41-year-old member of the Hawks National Anti-Corruption Unit, broke down in tears as he was escorted back into custody. Pieterse stands accused of soliciting and accepting a 100,000 Rand bribe intended to derail an investigation connected to financial misconduct at Tembisa Hospital. The money was allegedly offered by Zakaria Tshililo, a 53-year-old Tembisa Hospital administrator, in an attempt to influence the outcome of a fraud probe. Both men were arrested in a planned sting operation at Menlyn Mall. The cash exchanged hands. The Hawks were waiting, and the trap closed quickly. But the emotional collapse of the sergeant painted a deeper picture, one of immense pressure, a collapsing system, and a corruption network much bigger than the two men now behind bars. During the brief hearing, the magistrate postponed the bail application until December 2nd, allowing investigators to complete profiling, verify past cases, and protect potential witnesses from intimidation. The state warned that both accused hold positions of trust, one in law enforcement, the other in public health, and witness protection is crucial due to the sensitive nature of the ongoing investigation. Tshililo's legal team argued against the postponement, claiming the state was inadequately prepared. But prosecutors insisted that safeguarding the investigation was more important than speed. Sergeant Pieterse's involvement added a troubling twist. He previously served as a witness in the murder trial of soccer star Senzo Maiwa, where he performed DNA swabs on suspects. Now, instead of uncovering corruption, he allegedly tried to interfere with it. The Hawks' acting national head, Lieutenant General Shadrach Sibia, praised the officer who rejected the bribe and exposed the scheme, calling it a vital display of integrity at a time when public trust is hanging by a thread. He insisted that the Tembisa investigation will continue, regardless of internal betrayal, and promised that any Hawks member caught undermining the law will be removed. The Tembisa Hospital corruption saga first gained national attention after Babita Deokaran, a senior Gauteng health official, blew the whistle on suspicious payments and irregular tenders amounting to roughly 2 billion Rand over 2 years. Weeks later, she was assassinated outside her home. Her whistleblowing triggered a preliminary SIU investigation that uncovered dozens of shell companies, inflated invoices, massive procurement fraud, a network moving money with alarming precision. Some parts of the investigation are already ready for prosecution, while others are still expanding, and they all eventually point toward one name. Central to the multi-billion Rand crime web is Hangwani Morgan Mula, President Ramaphosa's nephew from a previous marriage. Opposition parties, including the Democratic Alliance, accused the president of shielding Mula by blocking the expansion of the SIU's mandate to other provinces, despite evidence linking him to irregular contracts in Northwest, Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal. SIU investigators traced 42 companies connected to Mula, many operating simultaneously at Tembisa Hospital, extracting funds through inflated or falsified contracts. One attempted deal alone, a food supply tender for 17 hospitals, would have cost the state over 1 billion Rand if accepted. The investigation revealed Mula's extravagant lifestyle, funded through what the SIU believes were the proceeds of corruption. Among his assets, 33 supercars acquired in just 2 years, a mansion in Santon, a fleet painted in identical azure frost blue, with bright yellow brake calipers, several vehicles bought but never registered to avoid detection. One car stands out above all, a Pagani Huayra Roadster priced at $52.2 million, one of only 100 ever built. Handcrafted in Italy, powered by a 6-liter twin-turbo AMG V12, capable of 370 kilometers per hour. This hypercar represents the peak of excess in a country where public hospitals struggle with basic medical supplies. Although Mula later canceled the purchase and received a refund, the SIU included the car in court papers as part of the broader investigation. Earlier this month, SIU agents raided Mula's Santon mansion, seizing documents, electronics, and gaining access to assets believed to be tied to the Tembisa network. Yet despite the mounting evidence, Mula has not been arrested. He has not appeared in court. He has not faced the same pressure as lower-level participants. This contrast, a Hawks sergeant in tears over a 100,000 rand bribe while the alleged mastermind drives exotic cars, raises a painful question. Are politically connected individuals immune to accountability? Conclusion: 2 justice systems? As the Tembisa investigation continues, South Africans are left with a growing belief that there are 2 justice systems. One for the powerful, well-connected elite, and one for everyone else. The crying Hawks sergeant may be guilty, but he is certainly not the only one with questions to answer. Thanks for watching.